theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Power.
All right, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bock in the Blackshirt. We are here from your 1 to 3 hour. Today it is Monday and it is a hot one out there. I am with the best producer, I say, in the world. His name is Jake Bockoven. What's up, Bock?
Woo! Thanks for that. I appreciate that. I'm doing well. It is a great day, as I've been counting. Every time you ask me, I say, I'm counting down to football. Well, fall camp is here. Nebraska opened up fall camp today, and the NFL preseason starts on Thursday. So, guys, this is the week. We're here. We don't have to wait much longer for football.
We will have the breakdown of some of the stuff that's going on in camp in the next hour, Bock. We have to get everything ready. Matt Rule just finished speaking. Bock, it is the most exciting time of the year. Let's start off with something different besides Nebraska. Colorado, Deion Sanders announces he will return to coaching, Bock. He had to undergo bladder surgery, remove cancer from his stomach. So now he gets to get back in the flow of things. You know, he missed a whole lot of time over the summer for football. We wish Coach Sanders well. Glad he's able to come back to college football, and especially Colorado, because it'll be kind of boring without him in college football, as we must say. He's been here for 2 years now, going on his 3rd year at Colorado. We don't know what they're going to do, but, hey, we'll talk about it later on. Bob, what do you think about that situation?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly, I understand some people do not like the Buffaloes. I get that. Maybe don't like Deion from his flashy days at Florida State or whatever, picked it up along the way. It has done things differently there at Colorado than we've seen with traditional head coaches. But one way or the other, I hope that everybody still hopes that he has good health, right? And he's had some health issues over the last couple of years, and this one that we knew for the last couple of days that there was going to be a press conference about his health. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried, because it was just kind of a situation. Okay, is this going to be good news or bad news? And what we kind of found out, right, is that it's good news with some bad news, right? I mean, as we know, cancer can always come back up, so it's not it's not gone forever necessarily. Hopefully, it is. But the good news is that for now it is, and so he's going to be able to get back out there and be the Buffalo's head coach for a pivotal year 3 in his tenure. But like you said, just entertainment wise, college football is certainly better with Deion Sanders in there. And the big question is if he can win there. And so it's just kind of an interesting time to talk about it because it's such an important and big year for him in year 3. A lot of people predicted he'd be out of here once his sons kind of moved on. Well, that's not the case here. He's even fighting through health problems to stick there on the Buffalo sideline. So best of luck to him. Again, it's kind of weird when you deal with health and then to talk about the football side of it, because again, the most important thing is his health. And so for more than anything is hopefully, no problems or come back from that. And we can see Deion Sanders on the sideline. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. For myself, 20, 30 more years would be fantastic.
All right, Bock. Over the weekend, me and Bock did the Wing Fest that was down at Haymarket Park, and we had a good time, Bock. It was hot out there as usual. Wings was great. Some new people, a lot of new people this year.
New restaurants.
Ties, the place called Ties and Miller Time.
Yeah.
What was that? Miller Time
Pub and Grill, yeah.
The Pub and Grill. It was nice to have all these different, of course, Wings and Rings off O Street. I was able to take home a big pan of their stuff that they gave me. But what do you think about it, Bob?
Oh, it was fantastic. And this is the second time that you and I, Bock and the Blackshirt, have gone out there to be celebrity judges. I'm not going to lie. I think I bullied my win there. I don't know if I was supposed to be a celebrity judge, but I got in there anyway and was able to eat 10 of the wings. We tried 10 different wings. We're able to judge them. And it was just fun to go through the process a second time. We knew a little bit what we were getting into. So our grading system, I think, was a little bit more organized this time. And I'd say every wing was fantastic. I mean, a shout out to the city for coming out there and putting on. I thought, so at least, and you can see in my scoring, I told Terrell early, my scoring is going to be how they rate running backs and wide receivers and players in the video game, is that I'm not going to go from, because it was 0 to 100 is what they asked us. I think last year was 0 to 10.
Yeah.
So they changed the scoring system a little bit. And so I was rating everybody kind of a baseline, because if you can give me chicken wings are my favorite. You give me a chicken wing, I'll usually be pretty happy. They had different flavors. So I had a lot of rankings there from maybe about 78 to 95 was my plan going in. And I thought it executed well for me.
Well, Bock, you have to understand, Bock is over with it. We can tell the truth now,
Oh, okay.
We tried 10 wings.
Right.
Probably
last year was like 18.
18 wings last
That was a
year.
lot to eat.
Out of those 10, probably 3 of them was good to me, because I'm picky about hot wings and the texture and how they cook it. Flavor wise, they tried. Some of them was there, some of them wasn't. But I think if I had to say, probably 5 of them was how I liked it. 3 of them was probably, hey, I might not ever come back again. So, but
I'm enjoying my wings.
no, I'll go back to Wing Fest. But have you ever been inside of a sports bar and you eat them, and then you was like, nah, this is not it.
Yeah.
It's penny. I base my hot wings off stuff like that. I won't come back if the hot wings are not cooked like I ask them, is they're not dripping. I like mine's wet, like the sauce. I like the sauce dripping wet. So, and then it's just the texture, and how everything, the burst of flavor, and some of them was missing that. But at the same time, it was great to go out there, and we did judge them fairly. I still don't know what happened to that last one. So, but I think
we were blind tested, by the way, for those that don't know. We were tasting these without knowing where
they came through us with A through J.
Yeah,
and you have to taste them. They don't have a name or number on them. I kind of like it that way, but I wish I could see who's I'm eating, so I could really give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So
but it is interesting too, because when you go through that, there are different flavor profiles that they're going for, and a lot of them didn't necessarily go with, okay, here's our, let's just throw our basic one in there. They kind of experimented with some stuff. So I think that was part of the idea, and I maybe gave some credit to those that maybe would go and try something a little bit different. But ultimately, it was just kind of fun. Again, the second time around, I at least as a judge now I'm a veteran judge of wing eating contests. I decided, like I said, my scoring system was closer to how they rate college football players in the video game, but also the idea that I watched from like the NBA dunk contest, where like guys will miss a dunk and you still give them like a 7 or an 8, and that's was kind of my idea, was in general are going to give some high scores because they're out here. This is what they're, they probably put some thought into this and different experiments and came out with this on top. So I thought it was great. And for me, it was fun because it just depends on what you like. Like you said, there was one that was really wet, was pretty drippy. In my scoring system, that took it down a little bit. Maybe in your scoring system, that brought it up. That's what you were looking for. So it's always fun to kind of go through the different taste profiles there. And I think we had 5 or 6 judges that helped decide. And so one award was given away through the judges. The other was the people's choice, the people that attended Wingfest. And they seem, we seem to come to close to the similar conclusion. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Miller Time won for the judges.
Yeah.
M&J came in second place for the judges. M&J Southern Foods. M&J Southern Foods won the fans.
People's choice, yeah.
Yeah, and they took us out to their truck and
they did
and made us. They poured the Kool-Aid hot sauce on there. Some could say that could have been the winner.
Could have if they would have put that in.
Yeah. So I think everybody tried their best from the contestants, but at the end of the day, somebody has to win, and the fans picked M&J Southern Food. That had a long line and was pretty competitive all the way through from the judges to the fans.
Well, and we can't be biased, right? Because it was a blind test. But we've had him and Jason here before. You brought him in, and they showed off that the Kool-Aid sauce, and I never got to try it when it was in here. And I was thinking, that sounds interesting. And then when they took us out of the truck and I tried it, you're right, man. I think that one on a blind test certainly would have done well. Maybe could have won too. So or at least finished top 3 or top 4. So fantastic stuff from M&J.
Yeah. Great food. If you haven't tried them out, look them up on Facebook. M&J Southern Food. Also Miller Time Pub and Bar. Look them up. A lot of good places. Wings and Rings on
Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Buffalo Wings and Rings. Buffalo Wild Wings was out there. Who else was out there? McAllister. What is that? It was something.
Yeah, I think something
something like that. But it was a great turnout. A lot of people came. Had a nice time out there. It's just a great summer day.
Absolutely, and it was too. The heat over the weekend, I'm sure people noticed, was a factor, and they put us in the shade, so that was nice this year. We didn't have to battle the heat, because that would have been rough with how hot it was. That people we're sweating to a degree, right? You're out at the ballpark, but the ballpark makes it specifically awesome too. I mean, everybody loves summer feels at the ballpark, and so I took my son and my wife there as well, and my son got a run around, and I was trying to explain different parts. I'm like, hey, there's Memorial Stadium. That's where the football team plays. Still kind of learning the difference of sports. So.
You haven't took him to a football game yet, Bob?
I took him to the Husker games. He saw you out there on the field for his first football game. My wife's a little bit worried about the noise level for him, but I think he's getting to the age I probably will take him to his first game, hopefully this upcoming year. Probably Houston Christian or whatever.
Let me know, Bock. I'll buy the tickets for you, Bock.
Okay,
$40, $50 are not anything. Bock, what I was going to say, Bock, yesterday was extremely hot, Bock. I did something unusual. I waited till 7, 8 o'clock, 8, let's say 8. Went out and cut my grass. Man, it was hot.
Oh, yeah.
And my grass was pretty high, so I had to go over it a couple of times and cut off 4 or 5 times on me.
Oh, man.
I got done. My whole shirt was soaking wet. I think I sweated every ounce of fluid out of my system, Bock. And I went in the house and I laid down. I didn't even take a shower, Bock. I laid on the couch. That's how hot I was, and I just couldn't move. So I felt my body cramping up. I felt my body trying to cramp up. In the day, it really did cramp up on me. So I got hit on the side and then at the top of my other side at the same time. And I didn't have any pickle juice. I ran to the car. I had some salt packages in there. They say if you eat salt, it goes straight to the bloodstream and cuts it out. And it did after about 2-3 minutes. I felt a lot better.
It worked, okay.
But at the same time, it's hot again today. I think this is the type of weather with the first day of camp that they need to experience this, because August is not, it's going to slow down later on in the week. It's going to rain probably 70s early Wednesday all the way through next week. It'll be 70, 80s. So you get the first 3 days of camp. First 2 days of camp actually is going to be over, heat index will be over 100. So I think it's good for all the guys to try to get out there and sweat it out and really get used to this heat, so we can be ready to battle when it's time to battle come here in Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, it could be a hot one there at Arrowhead. We'll see how that turns out on that specific day. We need Nostradamus to kind of predict that. I know there's got the weather services that probably can predict it, but I don't know with how much clarity at this point. But in any case, if you're kind of looking at it, like we said, it's the first day of fall camp. They had practice this morning. Coach Rule spoke afterwards. They're going to practice all week long. Sunday's going to be, looks like it's going to be their days off. At least in certain times, there's going to be certain Sundays they're going to play, but they don't have a break from football practice until this upcoming Sunday. So the next several days, we should be hearing something out of there. Now, I will say this, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's no media involved, so you might not get a whole lot out of practice, I should say. But then Thursday, we'll hear from Coach Holgerson and Coach Shorts as well. Friday, the BTN camp tour will be in town, and then Saturday, you can go to the practice if you want to. It's the Big Red Preview. So Fan Day will be held previously, and then the Big Red Preview leading up towards Saturday. How much interest? I mean, what do you expect from the Big Red Preview this year? And if you're Coach Rule, do you just run a practice as is? Do you try to make it a little bit more entertaining, or how would you go about that?
Well, you don't change your ways. You run your program how you seem fit to run it. I think you don't change anything up. You probably don't show a lot more than you don't want to. Like Dylan Real throwing the ball to the receivers deep. So we saved that part of our football game. Probably give them, just a little bit, just a little this and that here and there. But it's a regular practice. I mean, we used to have teams come to our spring practices. We don't change anything. We do the same tempo, same speed, same drills. We just do it a lot better. I mean, you want to look good on film if you're on film, but especially if you're in the Big Ten. So you want to look good on Big Ten Network. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they always do a good job of covering Nebraska when they're in here. So again, that'll be Friday when BTN comes by. So that'll be exciting when they do that. And then the other question I had for you is because these first couple of days, it's not full pads, they're not hitting. When you wait throughout all of summer, you're waiting to get to football. I heard from some other guys. Chris Kolarovich, former linebacker, just did a show 6 p.m. in Lincoln on Sunday. Was saying, man, this is the time of year he just couldn't wait to get back on the field. You start to kind of get that itch. How frustrating is it as a defender who just wants to hit to wait to get to the full pads before after these kind of half pads, a couple practices?
Well, for me, it's different because, I was born ready. Like I'm ready 24 hours a day. and like when they step on the football field, it rejuvenates you and it gives you that hop and that step, and especially if you're a starter. I mean, you're not going to go, I mean, your plays, you go out there, you break the huddle, and you just do your thing. I mean, there's nothing special about, camp that makes you frustrated where you can't understand what's going on, because these are the same things you've been going through last year. Plays, the same defensive plays. You got the same defense you're running, 3-3-5. Then you may got a couple of more guys that's in there, probably switching in and out at the first couple of days to figure out how we're going to get this rotation going, what guy fits better at the starting position. Now, when we come to this defense, it's going to be a puzzle. So, just get all the pieces together and keep connecting them, and we'll find a great defense by the end of the year. Not by the end of the year, by the end of the camp.
Hopefully before then. But for you, obviously, coming in as a JUCO, you came in the summer months? Is that right?
Yeah, I came in January. I mean, not January, but I came in like June.
Okay.
I came in. I worked out. I stayed with some guys. I stayed with Eric Warfield and Octavius McFarlane. Went to go work out every day. Did passing things. Camp opened up. I was like fourth on the depth chart, fourth or fifth. And it's a funny story because I look at an old picture of the linebacker group we had, and believe it or not, me and Jamel Williams was at the same spot at one time. So, this was picture day my junior year because he was a junior also. But we was both wheel linebackers at the same time. So, it's good that I had a little – I'm not going to say I had a little jump on him, but he was just moving to linebacker. So, he really didn't understand the linebacker position like I did because I played linebacker since high school. So, and, I didn't have the weight for it, but, I did have the speed for it that Nebraska wanted. But, it's just my job was to come over and try to conquer. So, I leave no prisoner, no, what they call them, Bock, no hostages when I'm trying to do my job.
Now, I
or
guess
no witness.
Yeah, there you go, witnesses. what I was kind of asking too, though, is as we hit in the camp here, I think there's a pretty, and you kind of hit it there with the depth chart. There's kind of an idea of what's going to be the starting lineup, who's going to get these roles. How much can a guy fight though up through fall camp, especially newcomers, to kind of make that this is their first impression here today?
Well, they got to believe in themselves, Bock. That's one thing you can't do. Even if you make that mistake, you make it at 100. You make it at a speed that's called lightning speed, and you keep learning that playbook. Like I said, I started off 4th on the depth chart. I was able to make my way to number 2 by the time the season opened. But that still doesn't hurt you to be number 2 because my number 2 was different than other people's number 2 because I came on the field on the third game of the third play of the game. So, and what I tell these young guys is keep fighting, keep trying, learn your playbook, go full speed, and have a great attitude for the game. Don't get the coaches that back talk. Don't try to, talk your way out of it or you just, yes, sir, no, sir, and just let's go to the next play.
Yeah, and I will say this too. I mean, we're going to again cover what Coach Rule said here, probably in the second hour. But I will say this: there's no overwhelming major storyline of, hey, somebody did this summer. They're going to have to sit out a few, games.
We're not the UGA, so.
Right? So it's good news that there's not much like a headliner, I suppose, of okay, this is a big thing that might affect the season. Because sometimes you'll get that the first day of fall camp. It's like, all right, we got to kind of announce a little bit of the movement or the kind of the stuff that's been going on and. I haven't seen too much of that so far today. Yeah,
I kind of praise Coach Rule that he's running a tight ship over there. It's more easier for them to get in trouble because they, internet and people that record you. So these guys are probably more focused on trying to win this year and probably just doing some TikTok dances at home. So, hey, I love it though. Nobody, when you open up the paper, you don't read about them. It's other universities that you read about that's doing this, players getting, just getting in trouble, speeding, just getting caught with things that they shouldn't have. And I just praise Coach Rule and them guys for keeping this university, keeping these guys out of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it even the last couple years and under Rule even. You can think about a wide receiver that left during camp, a coach that wasn't able to make it to camp because of some legal stuff. So, hats off to Coach Rule and staff for this year. So far, it seems like no trouble lurking as far as that sort of stuff.
All right. When we come back, I got something for you, Bock. Big Ten mascots. The easiest to the hardest to fight. This came up, Bock. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to talk about that, and it's going to be some funny talk. So stay tuned for Bock and the Blackshirt right here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze. It'll be high and humid with a high around 101. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds with a low around 75. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and another hot day with a high near 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at A1AutoLincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here at 93.7 The Ticket. All right, Bock, I got this thing. I sent it to you, Bock, if you want to try to look at it right quick, Bock, before we start talking about it.
Okay.
It is the mascot one. I sent it to you earlier, but
Yeah, I got it.
it's the mascot thing when it's talking about ranking the Big Ten mascots from the easiest to the hardest to beat up.
That's right. And there's 18 rankings here because Little Red and Herbie both included in on this. So I appreciate that. I think that is due to Michigan not having a mascot. So Michigan not involved.
All right, Bock, I'm kind of upset because I think we need to redo Little Red.
You think so?
I think we need to get the Little Red of 2025.
Yeah.
I think we put him in the weight room.
Yeah.
We run him on the treadmill.
Okay.
We put some eye black under his eyes.
There we go. Get some muscles going.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
He has that over Herbie. First, he was in there first.
Mm-hmm.
But believe it or not, Little Red is the easiest one, they say.
Well, he is a child and he is inflatable.
He needs to hit the weights. A lot of people don't like Little Red. I love Little Red. I think he's the best fit for the mascot. We done had this conversation so many times that I don't even want to go on the text line and look at it right now because I know what's going to happen.
Well, there's always those that think that for Nebraska to ever get back, they're going to have to sacrifice Little Red at midfield. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it sounds like he wouldn't be the easiest or the hardest to take down. Again, he's the only one on this list that is inflatable, so I think that hurts him. And he just doesn't look intimidating. He's supposed to be funny, fun, bounce around up and down. So yeah, he's not. And that's what's kind of funny is you look through these mascots. Some of them look kind of cute and fun. Some of them look like they're trying to be intimidating. So you kind of have to go with what your approach is. But Little Red is not there to be intimidating.
No, he's not. He's a crowd friendly person, and I don't say it in a bad way, but I think he first showed up. What was it, 94?
Yeah, in the mid-90s.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he was good luck for us to winning those 3 that
That's right.
that we won. So I'm just saying, Little Red is not a mean guy. I mean, he doesn't have to be mean looking. We just have to win and let him bobble around the field.
That's right.
So who we got number 2, Bock? Looks like the Hawk. I mean, it's Illinois.
Yeah, it's an Illinois mascot that I've never seen before. I didn't know they had a hawk mascot, but he is at number 2. Of course, they're the Fighting Illini. I'm trying to look him up now. Herky the Hawk is the Iowa mascot. So I've never seen this Illinois hawk mascot. So I'm glad that he's up, near the top is easiest to take down because I've never seen him. Maybe that makes him more intimidating. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, number 3, Bock. Your boys in Minnesota.
Yeah, Goldie the Gopher.
Well, he looks like a little bucktooth beaver or something like that. So, but he doesn't look intimidating.
Well, I'll say this: if he turns his head around and spins his head around all the way, he would kind of scare me. He doesn't look intimidating, but his smile, he looks like the creepy type that you wouldn't want to step into the shower and have him looking at you. He just looks like he is up to no good. I'd probably have him higher on this list of harder to beat just because he kind of creeps me out.
Yeah. Who you got at number 3, Bock? I'll let you do a couple of.
Yeah. So at number 4, now we move to Oregon, the Oregon Duck. Again, one of the most beloved mascots in college football, but not necessarily there to intimidate you, more just to kind of have fun.
Yeah, he doesn't. He really doesn't look like he's a fighter. He more looks like Donald Duck, little twin brother. So he doesn't look that part of it.
Yeah, and I think I've seen him get in fights before with other mascots. But that's where they've got him here. And then they've got at number 5 a costume character named Harry the Husky. He is the Washington mascot. And I don't know. He's kind of a combination. I mean, obviously with the Husky, you could make him look more intimidating than they did. He's kind of got blue eyes, and wears a football jersey. So yeah, I think this is probably about right for him. He looks like he'd whimper if you kind of punched him. He's a mascot. Don't worry, I'm not talking about a dog.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the first 4 of this Bock, they all look like little kid stuffed dolls.
Yeah, there's more geared toward kids. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Our Hawkeyes, number 6, easiest or toughest or however you want to say it.
Yeah, easiest to beat up, number 6 here. And he looks, again, I've always had a little bit of an interest in the Hawkeyes imaging and logo. Their logo looks odd to me to begin with, but at least it's unique. And then Herky, he's just kind of grinding his teeth as a bird with his beak coming down. So they're going for a little bit more of an intimidating look. So I know it's Iowa and we hate Iowa, but I think he looks like he could put up a little bit more of a fight. So I'd put him more down the harder to beat.
Yeah. 7, Northwestern.
Yeah, he's
look like a little puppy dog again.
Yeah,
I mean, this is not
a little mascot.
Yeah, this is not the type that I seen him live when Northwestern came here a couple of years ago. And he looks better in person than he does on this right here.
I mean, I think
I don't know if it's my glasses or what. My seeing glasses make it look perfectly like when I put these on, Bock, I'm a new person.
That's right.
I mean, a lot of people haven't seen me with them, but the last couple of weeks I've been trying to get my eyes good and I see better when I play Call of Duty. Because I was wondering why I thought I was shooting people, Bock, and I wouldn't. I was whizzing past their head. So I put on so every time I play now, I put the glasses on and I like, yes. Now it's time.
Now
to
you're
play.
locked in.
Oh, yes, I was. Yeah. Bock had 12 kills this morning, Bock, off the rip. First game, me and some kids, we was taking it to them. But let's stay on the pad. All right, Bock, number 8. I don't even know what this is. A turtle?
Testudo the turtle, yes, from Maryland.
He looks. I don't know what to say about this one, Bob.
Yeah, well,
I wish we could put this on the text line and just show people what we're looking at. So it's not like I would be scared of this. I probably would kick it because it just looks.
Well, and he's a turtle. He can't be all that fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he doesn't look intimidating or angry. He doesn't look like he's for kids either. So he's kind of in the middle. But yeah, not I don't think he'd be too hard to take down.
Snapping turtle?
Yeah. Oh, if he snaps at you. Yeah.
Yeah. Isaac says that Little Red is cool. Could take it or leave it. Good compliment to Herbie, but not a standalone mascot. Yeah, I feel you right there, Isaac, because I don't know. It's just Herbie scares me.
The new Herbie or just in general?
Well, the one that beats down there on the field.
Oh,
he needs to comb his hair, put some mousse in it or something. He's just too wild. Need some new overalls, I mean, we need to.
They just redid him last year.
Well, that was. Are we talking about? What you mean redid him?
Well, they made him blonde. Remember before he kind of had the
Need
jeans on? That's who he was. He was the muscular, had the hat and then the brown hair. The one that's in the picture that you sent me. And now they change him back to overalls, Herbie, with the, with blonde hair and bright blue eyes. And so, yeah, they just did a makeover for him.
So, well, we'll wait till we get to that part. All right, Bock, who you got next?
So at number 9, they have Brutus at Ohio State. Of course, Brutus, one of the more well-known mascots across the land. So I think people can kind of imagine him. Yeah, not too intimidating. Looked like his head would roll.
Yeah. Does anybody in the Big Ten have live mascots?
Trying to think through. So USC does. They have Traveler, the horse.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about the Trojan guy.
Well, no, but he is too. They're Traveler's
well, I'm talking,
the horse.
well,
the guy that
when I
rides the
say that, I'm talking about like Raffi.
Yeah.
Or like Uga.
Yeah.
Or like the hawk that Auburn has.
Yeah.
Just a live mascot, not like
Mike the Tiger, the LSU.
Yeah, like that, the Tiger. Not like these guys that have to dress up in these outfits and damn near kill themselves because it's 100 degrees out there. Do they have fans in there or something? But I know it's hot.
I wish they would. I don't know why, especially like I mentioned earlier. Michigan Wolverines don't have a mascot. How cool would it be to have a Wolverine on the cage on the side? I think that'd be pretty cool. Or a Badger if you're Wisconsin. I think they should have live mascots in the Big Ten. Gopher? Yeah, carry around a gopher. I'd like that.
Yeah, a Wolverine. What is it? What is it? Let me see what a Wolverine. Let me put it in my thought process. Never thought about that.
Yeah.
When I think of Wolverine, I just think about the guy from the
X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men Wolverine.
That'd be
claws.
awesome. If they could come together with X-Men and have Wolverine as their official mascot, that'd be even better.
Does UCLA have a bear? Ben and Bennett says.
They don't have a live bear. They have just the mascot.
Okay, and that's who's what?
He's like 11th on the list.
Yeah.
So 10th, we skipped over the Badger.
Okay, the Badger.
Yep.
He looks soft
from Wisconsin. Yeah.
He should be number one.
And then we get into we're starting to get into Bears and Trojans and stuff coming up. So I think the ranking starts to take a turn here from rodents to bears.
Yeah. All right. UCLA number 11.
Yeah.
The bear, the goat. What they call themselves? The
Bruins.
The Bruins.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like. Yeah. He looks like he could tussle with you. All right. Now Indiana has changed their mascot. Bock. Was the Hoy when
they are the Hoosiers.
The Hoosiers.
But for a while back in the 50s, they had a mascot, like one that would go around like Herbie does, and it was a bison. And now they're bringing him back this year. After the success of last year, they decided to bring him back. So, and he looks intimidating. I mean, I would put him closer down to the toughest, hardest to beat up.
Yeah, he does look like he can fight.
Yeah.
And I think I could redo this because instead of 12 where he at, I probably could put him at 17 or 16, Bock.
Yeah.
Just looking at it.
Absolutely.
All right, Bock. We just got finished with 12, so let's go to 13 is Herbie.
That's where Herbie is.
Which Herbie is this one right here?
So this one that they have pictured is the one from a couple years ago.
Hank.
Again, they were still in Herbie. They just changed his look. Now they brought back blonde Herbie, which might move him down or up in the rankings. I'm not really sure. He doesn't. I mean, he could. Again, the fact that he could take his hat off kind of creeps me out sometimes because you picture him with a hat and then when he takes his hat off, it's just different. I don't know if that would help in his fighting. Maybe he could put the hat over your head and punch you. But I don't know. I appreciate them giving the benefit of the doubt. They have him ranked over, like we said, a Buffalo, a Bruin, a Badger. So we appreciate it. But it's kind of like a theme here in their final line. A lot of these, the kind of the human mascots start to take over. And so I guess people think that, or whoever made this list would think that the fact that you have thumbs might make you a little harder to fight.
All right. Odad 34 says Herbie has been around a long time. Herbie all day. Craig says used to be a Herbie Husker and a Harry Husker. This guy down here at 13 now, he looks like Hank Husker. So, you can Gus Mohouse, not the biggest fan of Little Red, but give Little Red a slingshot.
Yeah, that'd be entertaining.
A slingshot.
Sling some of those hot dogs out to the crowd.
Oh yeah, I love Nathan hot dog.
Yeah.
A slingshot and he moves on this little pretty quick, like Dennis the Menace.
There you go.
You know who I call Dennis the Menace?
Who's that?
Jake Sorensen.
Why is that?
He reminds me of Dennis the Menace when he looks like him. Like he looks like the 35-year-old Dennis the Menace. But let's move on, Bock. All right, 14. Purdue
Pete.
He looked like he's just out of it. He works a lot.
He creeps people out though. He's among the most scary type of mascots people think because just the way he's kind of got that blind stare. He's not smiling at all. He's just staring right at you into your soul. And he's got like a sledgehammer, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, what if if you was in the alley and Pete just turned the corner with a sledgehammer in his hand?
Oh yeah,
probably run.
I'd move him up the rankings.
All right, Michigan State is number 15.
Yeah, one of the hardest in the conferences. I could definitely see it. Sparty's got the muscles. He looks kind of angry. He looks kind of mean, and he's one of the more popular mascots across the country as well. But yeah, he deserves to be where he is on this list.
All right, Bock. Now these two are back to back. Now they look like they fought each other before back in 18 or the what? 800 BC or somewhere.
1800.
Rutgers.
Yeah, I mean he's a knight, So it kind of goes along with the Spartan that we just saw there. I would flip it out, at least have the Spartan ahead of the Knight. I don't think the Knight looks as intimidating, but he's a Knight. Those guys are generally hard to fight. They're trained to do so.
Yeah. Eric, stop it. Little Red needs to go bye-bye. No, Little Red is here to stay. All right, Bock. 17, Penn State.
Yeah, their Nittany Lion. He's not buff. They just kind of, he looks like just any random student kind of throws on the costume. Obviously,
Doesn't fill out. He doesn't feel.
Yeah, it doesn't fill it out.
He's got a lot of hair, so you'll be able to snatch and just.
But he's got his teeth out there.
Yeah,
he's showing off his teeth, so he does try to look intimidating.
All right, on that one, Bock. 18, Bock.
That's where we have Traveler and the Trojan from USC, and I gotta admit, a guy on a horse with a sword would be tough to fight, so I can't have any argument with that.
Yeah, and guess what? He's real.
Yeah, he's a real guy. Yeah.
He probably can't fight, but he's real, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But that could mean that he's at least some more vulnerable to our attacks, right?
Yeah.
Because the other mascots will probably deflect off them a little bit.
Well, you're right about that.
But he still has a horse and a sword, so we're probably in trouble.
All right. This is Bock in the Black Shirt right here at 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at A1AutoLincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Out here on Nebraska's calm, welcoming waters, fishing is a breeze. It's the sweet spot where solo anglers find quiet before the catch, families reel in memories, and first-timers discover what makes fishing so special. From the Panhandle to the Platte, the best fishing happens here, beneath Nebraska skies. Get started at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Hey, I don't want to hate on Joe Burrow. He's clearly in this tier. I think he's the bottom of this tier. I would go Alan Jackson and then Burrow.
You should be a politician. You just convinced.
You know what I'm saying? You see what he did?
Yeah, he didn't have
He's doing it all the time. It's tricky, man.
Keep going, Jay.
No,
You're speaking my language. You're speaking my language. Come on.
You didn't let him get you, Jay. I can't believe you let him get you again. God,
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock in the Black Shirt here. Big Daddy Travis said, can I get some information on how I can get my business on the commercials for y'all station? You can call Rebecca Peterson or you can call Jake Sorensen here at 93.7 The Ticket. They will be glad to help you, and we can get it rolling for you, Big Daddy Travis. Gus Bohout, which one of you would be more afraid of?
Oh, he's got the pictures of the old Harry Husker, who is very frightening.
Yeah. Who is that?
The giant corn guy.
I don't know. I mean, they both look scary, but I'm thinking more. Which one? Okay, the corn. I don't know, Bock. Who would you be scared of?
I think it's tough. Harry Husker definitely does have a scary look to him.
Yeah.
So that would be, but that corn guy looks. Trying to find a nice way to say it. He looks like a time of I don't know. I'd be more scared of the corn guy, and I'm not going to go into my reason. He just looks like he's up to no good.
Well, if they was both chasing me, I'd run like hell, Bock. I can tell you that, because don't look like the one Harry can run. His head too big. And the corn, he just looks, oh my God, it just looks like a scary movie.
But he is sitting, and they both tower over people that are kind of standing next to him.
Yeah.
So they got giant heads. So stuff of nightmares there.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, Bock. All right, Bock, we're going to do something a little early today. I picked out 2 or 3 songs, and this is my 101. I'm going to steal it from Bock. Well, we're still going to do Bock's 3 teams, but now I gave you 2 fight song teams that I have, and let's hear it, Bock.
All right, we'll start with this. This is the Grambling State fight song. And once again, let us know what you think. 402-464-5685. Go ahead and text in your score here. We've been having talks about, hey, you know what? These fight songs, some of them are good, some are bad. Let's hear from an HBCU. Here's Grambling State's fight song.
Bock, I
There
had
you
enough
go.
of
The
that.
Grambling State
That
fight
one was
song.
terrible, Bock.
Well, I think this is a live audio right there.
Yeah. We should have got a better audio because that one
You
didn't
didn't
go
like that
well.
one, huh?
I can give him a 5 or 4 on that one. I'm with Bill, old dad on that one.
Yeah.
Well, not old dad, but Bill.
I say Bill. Yeah, Bill
Yeah,
gives
old
it a
dad's
4.
a 9 point. Yeah, if we heard the
You like
regular audio, it probably been good because the
Good
drums was sounding good. But then that live audio, I think we kind of got the wrong one recorded. But okay, I'll give him a 6.
Yeah. Let's see if Jackson State's any better. Yeah, I like getting a little rhythm there. Fight.
All right.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
7. Okay.
I can work with that one. That was a nice.
Bill and
nice
Benny
little
gave it a
rhythm to
5. Okay.
Cubster loves it. He says that's awesome. 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see
like
what
that
we got on the starter hanger. Okay. Okay. All right, Bock. Let's go Texas State.
We do have a Texas State fight song. See if we can do any better here. Oh man, just imagine the football field being prepared. We're getting ready to play some football with this one, I think.
I might go home and play some college football today.
Shout out to Texas State. I think that's pretty. That sounds like a class.
All right.
Yeah, and it goes down. Go forward.
All right.
And
I
whatnot.
kind of, and the more I hear these, old dad 7 for Texas State, the more you hear it, the more we get closer.
Yes.
And the more I get excited because I'm so glad that we play on that Thursday, Bock, because that Saturday morning, that first weekend, if you call my phone, it's gonna be on. I'm driving to your house. Dismantle you real fast. Tear your TV up so you can't watch it, and then I'm going back home. That's gonna be one hell of a day, Bob.
I thought you just said you weren't going to answer your phone. You're going to beat up people that call your
Yeah,
phone.
I have
There
to
you
take them out.
Yeah, fair enough. It is. I mean, opening weekend is going to be a lot of fun, and it is. It's good that Nebraska's playing on Thursday there, so we can kind of take in the college football weekend. I got to remind everybody again, like I usually do, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of college football and open weekend. That after week 0 of Farmageddon in Ireland, so it'll be a lot of fun here in a couple weeks.
All right, Bill said 1 just because they're in Texas. Custer says Texas State is an 8.5 out of 10. My girlfriend cousin is alum, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
All right, old dad 7 for it. All right, Bock, take us out of here.
All right, we'll have more fight songs later, but coming up next, we're going to hear from Matt Rule after the first practice, which they had this morning. We'll break it down coming next year on Bock of the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it's time for a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options in warranty, features, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111, or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Out here on Nebraska's calm, welcoming waters, fishing is a breeze. It's the sweet spot where solo anglers find quiet before the catch, families reel in memories, and first-timers discover what makes fishing so special. From the Panhandle to the Platte, the best fishing happens here, beneath Nebraska skies. Get started at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock in the Black Shirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. I am your favorite Black Shirt, Terrell Farley, and he is my favorite producer here at The Ticket, Jake Bockoven. Hey, Bock. Oh, it's that time, Bock. It's that time.
It is. We've been waiting all summer for Nebraska football to begin, and the season has begun, everybody. Of course, Big Ten Media Days kind of officially kicks that off, but it doesn't really count until you get on the field, right? And this morning, they got on the field. First practice in the books as we wait, of course, for 1 month from today, right, is when they will play on Thursday night in Kansas City against Cincinnati. So we're in the month countdown, and now we've got some material to work with, as well as Coach Rule was able to speak to the media afterwards. So we got a lot of sound bites to go through. I'm going to be clicking in through some of them. It's not going to go in the order that he said it, so keep that in mind. But we're going to go through and try to kind of break down what was said today. We're going to start here with Coach Rule talking about the coaches staying in the dorms with the players or not.
Yeah, no, the players asked if the coaches wouldn't stay in there. Now we have like some operations people, trainers, Gus Felder, his player development staff's in there, but I think they wanted, they wanted to be their thing, their team. So as much as I love staying in a dorm, I was happy to oblige, and But no, that's what they wanted.
Kind of interesting. The last couple of years, we've seen that where when fall camp begins, the team stays together in these dorms, and the coaches have been there in the past. We've heard more, especially from Big Ten Media Days. This is turning into more of a player-led team than a coaches-led team, which is what you want in your program at a certain point. But now to go as far as to ban the coaches from the dorm. They didn't ban them, but they requested the coaches not be there for the player-led team. It sounds good. And of course, they do have some adults, as he said, in the building, just in case anything does go awry. But this is good news to you, Terrell.
It's kind of different, We didn't really have to stay in the dorms for camp. We came from where we was at. But when Coach Osborne did stay in the hotel with us on Friday nights, when we watched movies and stuff, and at the home games, he didn't go home, or everybody stayed at the hotel. But if these guys are able to control themselves, have great leadership, got guys that can really enforce themselves to be like a big brother instead of a buddy, I think it's cool. I mean, they know what they're there for. Players can probably fine them or something if they do something wrong. So you never know. I think it's a great idea for these guys to get closer. Just don't do anything stupid, I say. Yeah. That's the only thing I have about that one. I probably understand they want privacy, but at the same time, we're here for football, not leisure time.
Well, and it's interesting because the coaches, as we said in the past, have been there. You're going to wake up bright and early for practices and stuff like that. And I don't know if the players have requested this before, but at least at this point, Coach Rule and staff feels comfortable leaving them there and kind of letting the players lead this thing. And so that lets you know that the coaches, are coming, that trust level is kind of being built there as well. And we have to remember the age of these guys, right? Like for us to think about, okay, yeah, business is business. This is only for a couple weeks. They're going to get together. There's no reason to really have any hijinks. But if you remember, there are guys that are coming in and out of here that have never been away from their parents' house or haven't been there for too long. So it's kind of new and fresh to them to have freedom, to be able to do what they want. So, there could be, like you said, an opportunity maybe for some hijinks, but let's just hope that that doesn't go right. And again, the coaches say that they have the trust there.
Well, I think if anything, you put the young guys on the highest floor, and at certain time at night, you just turn the elevators off. Guys don't want to go up 8, 7, 5, 6 flights downstairs. They'll learn to stay where they at and appreciate it, and don't try anything stupid because they're young. Some kids think they can get away with a lot of things, especially at night. So some of them stay up very late. Not me. I'm an old man now. I probably can get in bed at 9 o'clock if I wanted to, but just put them up as high as they can get up there and just turn the elevator off.
Yeah, I love that.
Keep people at the doors. You know what I'm saying? It'll be all right.
From when they started this a couple years ago, I've loved it. You think about team, bonding and unity and the one of us type of situation that Matt Rule likes to go on. By the way, Dave Aranda completely mocking the one of us and saying that's kind of a bad way to recruit. I'd have to go get his audio to pull it up specifically to get what he was saying there. But I thought that was interesting. We'll get to that at some point. But in any case, I've always loved this because, it does, if you don't have them staying together at dorms, traditionally they just kind of go back home and do their own thing, right? Until bright and early the next day. There's not a whole lot of time to mess around anyways, because these are long days that kind of bleed into one another. I think even though I suppose there are no coaches in the building, it's no less than if they kind of just let them go home. And so back to the dorms, at least you still have accountability there with your teammates. So I think that's a very cool idea that they've been doing the last couple of years. And so far, I think it's helped with team bonding. We'll see what it does this year, taking it another step further. Here's Coach Rule. Let's get to another quote here. Coach Rule talking about his confidence in the players.
Well, I always have confidence in our players. And, the last thing our players need is for me to say they're not going to be good. They hear that enough. So I think they're going to be really good. And we've trained them. I know everybody wants us to, in the world now, not you guys, just in the world, it's always like, we'll go get this guy in the portal, get this big recruit. But like, we want all those guys, don't get me wrong, but like they come in at 18 and we want them to play when they're like, unless they're ready early, but 20, 21. And so I've just seen them lift. I've seen them run. I've seen them grow. And I think the only thing that's going to limit them is their own brains. I mean, now, depth wise, I think we have a bunch of guys that are really talented guys. Sometimes I don't think they know that they're that good. I don't say that good. I don't think they know yet. Can I do it? At the end of the day, expectation sometimes is the one thing that can either buoy us or hold us back. And so, our D-line's heard a lot all year that, on how good they're going to be, how they replace Ty. It's hard to replace Ty Robinson. Ty Robinson, even in the NFL draft, he didn't get nearly enough credit for what he can do. He's going to be, you hear all the reports out of Philadelphia about him. Like, I told everybody that, like every scout that came in, I said, I'm just telling you. And so I believe he'll be a great pro. So that's lofty to live up to, but we got guys who can do it. And so I have nothing but high expectations for our guys. I expect them to be really good. And if they expect it to, then we'll get there.
Very interesting stuff there. Especially, kind of going back to the defensive line, but kind of saying that they've heard it a lot that they can't do it, which is interesting. I think maybe that's just the where the program's been over the last 10 years. It just kind of feels, and then there's this tendency to buy into the hype and then kind of guard ourselves now after 10 years to say, okay, let's not drink the Kool-Aid. We've been through this before. Let's sit back and kind of evaluate as it comes. But I thought that was interesting because maybe sounds like the players and this is just picking through some of the words he said, have read maybe some of the negative headlines or heard some of the doubts coming in, but they're not just things that fans make up. They're legitimate concerns, or at least legitimate production that needs to be replaced. That's why that defensive line group gets highlighted a lot and kind of talking about it there. So kind of interesting to, as we've heard from coaches over the years, sometimes both Pelini, it seemed to be us versus the world mentality. It's not quite that far going there, but I guess it's just kind of interesting to hear that maybe they're hearing a little bit more of the negative clips and highlights from the media rather than the positive, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really concerned about that. I mean, I think you have to find the best to get on the field, and at this point, the only thing we can do now is just they have to go out there and show the coaches that they deserve playing time, and you're right. Matt Rule is right. You can't replace a guy like Nash or Ty Robinson, because look how long they've been in this program. I mean, you got guys that's been in this program 4 years. Now you got a bunch of guys that's coming from different colleges. They got to get a bond together. They got to learn how to play together. They got to learn how to read each other. And that's one thing that great defenses do. They react and read off each other. So, it makes them a better defensive unit. So, like I say, Bock, we still got 30 days. You still got probably 30 practices. So we'll take out that 1 day. So I think they'll be okay. You'll find out who's going to play and who's not going to play in the next couple of weeks, Bock, before we get ready for this Cincinnati week.
All right, let's jump into the next segment here. You talked about it. The next 30 days are going to be telling quite a bit. Coach Rule has asked, how big of a jump can the young guys make in the next 30 days?
Yeah, I mean, I think the off season is really, really important, but there's nothing more important than practice. When you're a basketball player, you can go play summer league. You can go play pickup every day against yourselves, right? Baseball players, they go play wood and bat league, all that stuff. Our guys, they lift, they run, they may throw a little 7-on-7, but this is really where you get good. And so, a lot of our young players are really, really talented. I mean, when you talk to Eckler, I think he'll talk about the length and speed that we have. We have a ton of guys who can run, fast, explosive, but there's a whole other component to football. There's a technical aspect, like your back pedal and your techniques, but then there's a tactical aspect of making decisions. And it's the only sport in the world where, a couple of years ago, the best players in the, best quarterbacks in the league were 44. Tom Brady was 45, 46. I mean, even in tennis, golf, when you get to that age, you're kind of done. And it's not as physical a sport, but there's such a cognitive, tactical aspect to seeing things and reacting. And so they need the reps. I think we have a lot of guys that, if called upon, will prove us right. And so I want to see them get out there. I also think we have a lot of competition. I think there's a lot of positions where everyone sort of said I think they'll be the starters. But I think when you look at our secondary, you look at all the young players that we know can play. They're ready. They're hungry. I think the D-line, we have depth. Linebacker, we have several guys who can play. Same thing, receiver. So, this is a really important time. Spring was good, but this is a really important time for us.
Would you say there are a bunch of toss up positions for starters on defense? About the way Matt Rule says it, like anybody can start at linebacker probably, and same thing for defensive backs. D line the same thing. So I don't know if everything is said and done in this defense. I mean, I would like to say Vincent Shaver is a lock, but him and Javen Wright is probably at the same position. That's going to be hard to tell. Jacob Bowers, the way he played in the spring, and Marquise Watts Trenton, guy we brought in from Georgia Southern, who's a tackling machine. But if Jacob Bauer beats him out, hey, that's the way football goes. I mean, I seen guys that we had to not. We had to move it, but we felt more like Jay Foreman was a better fit at middle than he was at Sam linebacker. They gave us an opportunity to move Jay to middle and move Jamel into the starting Sam spot, which he did play a lot his junior year. I mean, they basically I wouldn't say rotate, but Jay started and Jamel came in a lot. So now you got to figure out the best combo for this team. I mean, that goes for McCullum and Willis McGahee, goes for them too. I mean, nothing's really rending ink or solid on this defense yet until probably 2 weeks before the game. I mean, I seen a lot. I seen freshmen come in and start, over the guys that we had coming in the 96. When you talk about Ralph and Mike Brown, I mean, you seen guys like Amon that when guys got hurt, he was able to come in and step in and take the pressure off the other running backs. But at the same time, these guys are going to have to go out here and battle and show coaches that they want it. They want this more than anything. I mean, especially sometimes you have to sacrifice your body on the kickoff to run down there and bust a wedge open. I mean, when you talk about how to break down, when Rule was saying, yeah, guys will run down there, but, can they learn how to break down and make a tackle? I see a lot of guys who dive and don't really break themselves down to make correct tackling techniques, and it end up being a 30, 40-yard kickoff return that gets them on their side of the ball. So teaching is more the first couple of days of camp is the teaching part. If they're listeners, they'll be good students.
Well, and it's good. I mean, the good news is that he's talking about depth and fighting for positions. And I think, as the program progresses, you want to have those battles. Even if you have returning starters, you want to have guys that are going to push them and realistically push them, not just because we want to, push the narrative that we have some depth here. And so that will be kind of what I'm interested to see, because we can talk, like you said, you go through linebacker position and too deep and think, man, they've at least got some bodies in there, and there's going to be some depth there. And then you look at some of the other parts of the defense or around the team, and it's not as easy to point out some of the backups. But what he's kind of saying, especially he talked about the secondary there. The secondary has so many veterans returning, especially Deshaun Singleton, given his extra year, of course, went to Big Ten Media Days. But we've seen Marquise Buford and Malcolm Hartzog the last couple of years. Of course, it would be wild in my mind. I think of somebody that has a job locked down. I think Sierra Wright has earned that and probably would be one guy that I would Sharpie and not pencil in. But like he's saying, is be careful with those Sharpies. There's a lot of guys here that are going to push for playing time, and the starters for game 1 might not be the starters for game 3, might not be the same starters for game 6, and so on. So I just was fascinated, especially when you talked about that secondary, because yes, there are guys that we presume starters. I think a lot of people think Andrew Marshall coming in, maybe going to fill that hole, the opposite of Sierra Wright. But he's mentioned Amari Sanders. I mean, Donovan Jones and Caleb and Caleb Benning are some young defensive backs that have been back there.
Did you say Bly Hill?
Bly Hill's another name that's out there. So there's enough depth in that secondary. Maybe we kind of get used to some of the veterans that have been back there. In at times that can be fantastic. Sean Singleton at media days, when he sat down at our table, saying, "Yeah, I mean, I know the exact moves of the guys next to me, but that doesn't mean young guys can't, just jump in the program, kind of hit their own stride, and maybe surpass some of the veterans that have been there." So I'm fascinated to see, especially in the secondary there, where I think we kind of assumed we had some starters, and Matt Rule saying, "Now hold on, there's some good competition."
Yeah, the competition is great. I mean, you got to think about the part that these young guys can't fit it all in their heads like right away. I mean, unless you're that good, and, I mean, I haven't seen two freshmen come in and do what a Ralph and Mike Brown did. So they was special for our team. But when you talk about trying to throw it all at them at once, you have to watch it. So like when I played a lot, Bock, I came in when I was the starter. I started on the regular defense, but I didn't play goal line. Let your big hitters get it. I don't think I weighed enough to play on goal line. So and then we very rarely play goal line defense anyway because too many people didn't score on us. But when I did play on goal line, I threw my body up in there. So you got to be. I mean, these kids got to learn what it takes. Sometimes you got to have to sacrifice yourself to get in there and really make these plays, and especially for a young guy, if you're really trying to, at least special teams, just trying to make the travel unit. I don't think they're going to be able to take all 105 guys to the game.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he did have something to say about the full roster in camp, so we can talk about that. It says, how do you feel about having a full roster in fall camp?
Yeah, I'm very, very grateful that I believe it's Judge Wilkin that they grandfathered in the players. I mean, I don't know how I could have told some of these guys like, hey, you're not on the team. I mean, just as I've told you guys, we had guys who said, hey, no matter what, I'm going to be here. And so they pay the same price. When you think about it, I mean, they're paying to go to school, to go out there and do all that stuff. So I'm glad they're out there. And a lot of them are, good players, and they're developing into good players. So, and then it allows us to have, a lot of competition, allows us to have 3 groups, sometimes maybe 4 groups. We'll have some injuries as we go. There'll be attrition, and have guys that can step in and give reps, I think is really important. So, even in the NFL, like, they have smaller, they have a 90-man roster, but you can still practice against other teams. You still have preseason games, right? So to get to 105, I've done it before at Baylor, but just having a couple more guys here, I think really helps our practice flow and allows for more competition.
So there you hear it from Matt Rule talking about not having to cut down to 105 this year as those players got grandfathered in. Let's move to a room where we talked about depth earlier and some, on defense, where they're going to be fighting for spots. A lot of interest in the depth in the running back room. Matt Rule spoke about that here this morning as well.
Yeah, I think Emmett's clearly the running back number 1. Quentin, he pulled up a little bit lame today, I think. So we'll see. We'll see where he's at. As I've said, it's going to take 3-4 guys to get through the season, and so there's a lot of work to be done at that position. But Mekhi Nelson's as explosive a guy as I've been around. I mean, it's just putting the whole thing together for him in terms of, he's another young player, as we just talked about. Quentin, I've talked about him a lot, just putting it all together. Mosey coming over, Kenneth Williams, Connor Booth, as I mentioned, Jamarian's out, but there's a lot of guys that, we put Kenneth out there to return the opening kickoff, against Boston College. I mean, we think he's an explosive player. So, but what we need at running back in this offense is you can't just be just a runner. You got to be able to protect. You got to be able to catch the ball in the backfield. And so you got to be an all-around back. It's not hey, give me the old, runner, and then on third down, go to the third down back. We want to be multiple. So, there's a lot of tactical things that those guys have to improve upon. So it'll be a position that we're counting on EJ. And EJ is an excellent coach. We're counting on him to get those guys ready.
Does that answer inspire confidence in you in the running back room for this season?
Not really confidence, but a little kind of optimistic. Little feel like he's worried about that position in particular. I mean, we all said it before that. I thought that we should have went and got somebody out the portal that could challenge EJ, or even be EJ's backup. Now, Quentin, he's great. We didn't see a lot of him last year, not to the bowl game, but if he handled his business during the fall and worked out like he should and gained weight and toned his body up and picked up some pounds, I mean, he could be that big bruiser guy. Mosaic, like we said, moved from split in out there from wide out to running back, which he played in high school. I mean, Connor Booth, you still got a lot of guys. Somebody needs to step up, and somebody probably needs to do it right away when we say step up, because I don't think this is a position that can wait to go to the end to see who's second or third on the depth chart.
Oh, and they talked too about, needing 3 or 4 guys. Like you said, it's hard to get to 3. I think a lot of us presume that Ives might be able to be that backup running back. at least just because he's got some carries and had to look at him in the Boston College game. But like they said, I mean, the injuries are going to happen. He said he might have already come up with a little bit of something there. As I already mentioned, Janarian Parker out. And that's where it gets kind of interesting with, freshman running back is how much can they pick up? He's talking about pass protection being kind of becoming an all-around back. Can they pick that up, especially coming from high school where they're the stars, obviously toting the rock, giving them the ball. So can you kind of play your role on the team and figure out how to perfect that craft or come close to it? Obviously, nothing's going to be perfect, but get close to it. And that's going to give you some playing time. Sometimes I like to hear that. Sometimes it doesn't inspire confidence in me, though, because usually, I get it, how important pass protection is. I get it. You want everybody to be an all-around back. Maybe he's saying that. But what I'm hoping for is that somebody separates. Because and that's in the running game because they need some more explosive runners, some more opportunity. He mentioned Mekhi Nelson. He very well could be that guy. A lot, he's been getting some good praise over the last year or so from kind of behind the scenes in camp and in practice and stuff. But when you start getting into, okay, it's really going to come down to pass protection. That tells me nobody's really separating as a runner. Now, could be wrong. Maybe, it's just that I've heard that for years and I get it, how important that can be and to be an all-around back. But I would love for it just to be like, yeah, but we, this guy's pass protection be damned. He's too good. We got to give him the ball.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right about that, Bock. I'm not even going to try to come back with that one, but you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to go to that point. Let's just let it play out and see how it does. Somebody has to step up after EJ. And hopefully it's one of those small guys. I'm not a hater on the big guys. I wish we had a guy like Lawrence Phillips that can be that type of back. But this is their team. Let them go out and do it the way they need to do and get themselves right. And hopefully we'll have 2 or 3, 4 running backs when the season starts that's capable to do it on any down.
Absolutely. We got more from Coach Rule from this morning to break down when we return here on Bock in the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You're invited to Valentino's big jumbo anniversary party, and we've got a gift just for you. On Thursday, July 31st, only buy one jumbo 16-inch pizza at a regular price and get a second pizza free. Hamburger or cheese pizza only on original crust. It's our way of saying thanks for sharing Valentino's tradition for over 68 years. Celebrate with a slice of Valentino's tradition on us. Pre-orders start July 30th, online, by phone, or in person, and the offer is good for July 31st only. For carry out or delivery at participating Valentino's locations.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it's time for a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options in warranty, features, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111, or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
We're back here on Bock and the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bockoven in the studio here once again. What's a shout out? Happy birthday to DP Derek Pearson, the owner of our station, with a birthday today. But as of right now, we are going through some of the quotes and some of the things that Matt Rule had to say after today's practice. Yes, the first practice of Husker football was underway this morning, so let's jump back into it. We just kind of came off a discussion about the running back room. Let's get a little bit more into the tight end room. Here was Coach Rule on Heinrich Harbert, one of the more interesting Huskers on the team.
Yeah, I think Heinrich's, as I said, he's one of the best athletes you'll ever see in terms of, height, weight, speed. The challenge is the thought has never really been, hey, can he handle like the catching, the getting open, all that stuff. It's really been more like just making the transition from a non-contact position to making contact and blocking people and moving people, and he's worked really hard at it. So that's a really deep room. It was great to see Mac Markway out there today. Great to see Carter out there today. So, obviously we're working Carter back in a smart way, kept him out of the special teams period, but because, just to give him a little break. But there'll be Luke's Lindemeyer is an excellent football player. Ingerson, we think, he's got an unbelievable future. So there's a lot of guys competing. But Heinrich brings some unique qualities to the table, and we'll try to take advantage of his strengths, while at the same time also developing that run blocking. And I know he's 100% bought in on it, so he'll do a good job.
Well, I think this tight end room is probably one of the deepest it's been in a couple of years. I think with Luke Lindemeyer and Heinrich, Carter Nelson, and Mark Markway, this might be the best 4 tight end group in the nation that you probably would see. A lot of work they have to do, like you said, getting Heinrich into that physical role and, want to pop you and you can't cut block anymore. So it's more straight up blocking, so, and I think Lindemeyer does a great job. He's one of my favorites on college football 26. I tell you, he can catch that ball in college football.
He was
26.
upset that they gave him the run blocking. I think they just gave him like a blocking or whatever the way they described him. He wanted to be more known as the pass catcher.
He is a pass catcher to me because
on
the game for me. I use him I'm not afraid to throw to him. Especially when I have like 5 out, he's my inside receiver. So him and Ja'Cory Bonner are my 2 inside receivers. So I try to, one of them gonna be open. And if you slang it real hard in there, Luke Lindemeyer, he will catch it, and Janarian Bonner, he's the same way in the game. So, and I feel comfortable about this tight end group. You lose a guy like Thomas Fedoni, and you think that, wow, like now we have to reteach somebody. No, this group is probably way ahead of schedule, and probably just on the mark of greatness, not greatness, but they're going to peak at the right time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like there's a really good collection of guys in there. And like I said, kind of talent, throwing Ingerson in there as well, is that I think that there's the tight end room is going to be really good this year. Who necessarily steps up, who's the one that's, the leading receiver, who's going to be strutting out there to start, who's going to be their best, run blocker, all that sort of stuff. We'll still kind of have to see it ironed out there. But I just feel like there's enough name and enough potential in that room that somebody's gonna kind of fight above it. Mac Markway is one we can kind of get to here in a second because he spoke further on him. But Carter Nelson was getting a lot of rave reviews. At least, part of my favorite part about the first day of camp is the reporters get to go in there and see who looks the part. And Carter Nelson, coming off double hip surgery, obviously was an interest in what he would look like today. And as Coach Rule said, they're going to kind of slowly integrate him back in there. But there was, I've seen predictions earlier that he might not play this year. It looks like he is at least going to start integrating with the team and maybe would be ready from the start of the season. So we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, he's a big guy. He picked up 25 pounds. He's 6'4", 250. They say in one report he's 240 on another one. A guy like that, you have to, you don't want to rush him, Bock. I'm fine with going into camp with 3 so far. I wouldn't rush him. I wouldn't make him do contact until you get that 100% go from the doctor. He could say he feel good as much as he want to, but you want the doctors to clear him for that contact. And I feel good with Lindemeyer leading the way. That's not. We seen that in the bowl game last year. Some of the catches he makes. I think Heinrich will be a good 2nd, 3rd down tight end. I'm like I said, I'm not a fan of the switch it in and out. I just want these guys to get into their groove and get the motion and just play till you're tired. That's what I'm kind of used to, Bob.
Yeah, it's interesting. Nate Borkature, a guy that kind of came on a little bit last year, obviously transferred to Texas A&M, so it's not just Thomas Fedoni they're looking to replace there. And Nebraska just is a room full of guys that kind of have just a little bit of a question mark to them, right? They all have reason to believe that they're going to be getting back out there and doing well and maybe could take that starting spot, but there's still that question that kind of stands by them. And for a few of them, it is injury. I think with Mac Markway, it is how do you recover from injury. For Carter Nelson, it is that. For Lindemeyer, it's more playing time. What does he look like with a bigger role? and Heinrich Haber gets the whole position changed. So there's a question that goes along with each one of these talents, and who can best overcome that question, that obstacle, will likely get plenty of playing time here. Here is Coach Rule on Mac Markway, a guy that I think sometimes gets under talked about just because that tight end room is so full. But this is a guy that was one of the top tight end recruits in the country, went to LSU. Not easy to get a tight end scholarship from LSU. So let's see what Coach Rule had to say about him.
Well, he's a big, explosive, powerful man. Most importantly, I mean, he can move the line of scrimmage. He's got great hands. He can get open. I mean, he's running over 21 miles an hour. At 200, whatever he is, 260 pounds, 250. I don't know what they list him at, but he's a big man. So I think he's another guy coming off a knee injury, a second knee injury, and so we're always trying to be careful of those guys early on. But at the end of practice, he walked up to me. He's like, "Hey, 365 days." I mean, I know how grateful he was to be out there after everything that we went through last year. So, but he's got a ton of talent and brings a lot.
Oh, the way he says it, look like he's already got his man. I mean, big, powerful, can push you off the line. I mean, that's some of the qualities you look for in a tight end. Too tight set. Look like him and Luke Lindemeyer will probably get it done. I think that's a great combo when you want that push up on the line. Sounds like he's the guy.
Yeah, certainly could be. It'll be interesting to see, like you said, kind of a lot of these guys just kind of integrating back. And so you want to see, obviously today, not full pads, but you kind of get into camp, at a certain point and then start to test them, start to see what you can use and get out of them for the upcoming season. So we'll have to see what happens in the tight end room. Like I said, very interesting stuff there. A few more quotes from Coach Rule before we wrap things up. 2-minute offense, bit of a problem last year. Here's what he had to say about it going into this season.
We have a long way to go in terms of where we're at in terms of the 2-minute offense. I think when you think about it, I believe when you come down to the end of the game, it really comes down to the integrity of your lines. Your ability as an offensive line to protect, the ability of your defensive line to get to the quarterback. Sacks win games on both sides. And so while the X's and O's are great, while the execution is great, it's also going to come down to the physical strain of how great am I at the end of the game in terms of the physical nature. And I think that's something that we have to build throughout camp. They're much stronger. We're much more explosive. We're a significantly improved team in terms of our physical nature. But you have to, over the course of camp, you have to develop, the physical stamina, the competitive stamina to play great at the end of the game. So I think there's a lot that goes into it. I think we're really cleaned up in terms of our guys knowing what to do. We have guys who can win, but it's just going to take us, mastering it. And the mastering, hey, when do we get out of bounds? When do we not get out of bounds? You go back to Ohio State. A lot of it's just poise. I mean, I think it was Ohio State. I can't remember, or maybe it was UCLA. Like, we lined up wrong and it cost us a 5 yards, a 10-second runoff, and we only line up really one or two ways. So just the poise of, hey, doing it every day and, getting to the point where, you can't do it wrong. I think that's what we're trying to do. And it's the same thing on defense, being able to cover, play zone coverages, play man pressure, but also rush forward, win. That's what wins games.
I think Coach Rule is probably figuring it out now. I mean, when you go get these guys, you got to teach them. You got to make them understand that guy across you got the same amount of talent as you, Bock. But can you overcome him? Can you can you go the extra mile to beat a guy that's equal as you? I mean, because when two people who has the same, like a receiver and a DB has this equal amount of the same talent, you have to put a move on that guy to try to beat him because he's already thinking what you're thinking. But you got to go that extra mile or that extra step or that extra move to get that one step on him, because that's all you need is one step. So you got to learn how to get them steps, get that extra yard, get that, stop them, make that tackle, like look, like always study, like where's the marker at? That's what I'm a student of the game, because I look and see what a marker at. I don't want you to get near that marker. So I want to get to you before you even get close enough to get that first down. So, it's smart ways to play the game. And I think Coach Rule is really getting the right players in and with the right mindset and, with the right tools that we need, because you need the tools to get the job done. You can't build a house without a hammer.
Well, and we'll see this too. I think, like I said, last couple of years they've struggled. Some of it was just straight personnel. You could look at their groups, especially a couple of years ago, but even last year, and think, you know what, this isn't necessarily an offense that has the personnel that's going to be a really good 2-minute offense. I think this year's personnel fits a little bit more into that if you can get pass protection. And like he said, maybe most importantly, get on the same page. I mean, that's going to be critical for anybody in a 2-minute drill as everybody's, moving in the same direction.
Yeah, I got you on that one. All right, this is Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are down to the last segment. Man, how time flies when you're talking Nebraska football here on The Ticket.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been an trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
You're invited to Valentino's big jumbo anniversary party, and we've got a gift just for you. On Thursday, July 31st, only buy one jumbo 16-inch pizza at a regular price and get a second pizza free. Hamburger or cheese pizza only on original crust. It's our way of saying thanks for sharing Valentino's tradition for over 68 years. Celebrate with a slice of Valentino's tradition on us. Pre-orders start July 30th, online, by phone, or in person, and the offer is good for July 31st only. Carry out or delivery at participating Valentino's locations.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bock and the Blackshirt here on your 1 to 3 hour Monday through Friday here at The Ticket. We are winding down to the end of the day for us, but it's be Austin and DP, or JR Strick on the next one when we come up. All right, Bock, 9441 says Heinrich Haber would be far better tight end than he was a quarterback. Nebraska will use him at least 2 pass plays this season. I think so. You can, put him at the tight end, make him back off the line, go in motion, get in the quarterback spot, let the quarterback go motion off somewhere else.
Yeah, there's going to be some trick plays for sure.
Yeah, you could do a lot with him right there. I think that this probably is going to be one of the exciting football seasons we've seen here in a long time in Nebraska. Probably 10-2, probably 9-3 season. I'm just not drinking the Kool-Aid yet. I'm not trying to bust any bubbles, but it's a lot of football still has to be played around here. And I know we all get excited a lot because, this is the closest thing to a pro team or anything far away from us. And I'm proud to be a Husker fan. Not only is I played here, but I'm a really big fan of Nebraska football.
Yeah, it'll be exciting, and it is Kool-Aid season. It's officially here, right? We're going to be – this is the very definition of it. We're playing off some clips here and getting excited for football. And like you said, the expectation is to get to take that next step, to get to 9 or 10 wins, and it's going to be difficult to do that. We can talk about, the schedule setting up easier for them than it maybe would Wisconsin or somebody like that, but it's still going to be a grind. They have to go out there and earn it. And we've got a few more clips from Matt Rule before we finish up the show. Again, they started off today, first practice in the books. Was asked, Coach Rule what are you looking for during this period?
Yeah, it's a great question. We told the guys exactly what we want. It's a 6-day ramp-up acclimation period with a 7th day of rest. So, we want to obviously establish our standard of effort. We don't have a lot of time to coach effort. We have a good enough. One of the reasons why you don't have to coach is when you have a lot of depth. A lot of competition. If you don't want to play hard, then so be it. We want to reward the guys who know what they're doing. So assignment knowledge. So a lot of testing in the meetings. A lot of how much did you work? Over the summer. How well do you know what you're supposed to do? We want to keep them healthy. Most injuries happen. Most soft tissue injuries happen after the first week, beginning of the second week. So we're trying to ramp up and build up where we're not doing too much. And then we want to establish our practice standards, the way that we want to practice, everything from like the gear that we wear to when we get into contact, how to make contact with guys, how to hold the ball security to pre-snap penalties. So all the things that we can control, we're trying to teach this week and do. And then finally, situational football. Dana had them out there. They were doing 2 minutes, today on offense. We know the games are going to come down in the Big Ten to the last minute of the game. And so we're at a point now where we can really focus on the situational FBI. So that's several things, but some are football and some are just related to the standards.
So interesting, letting us know there. Here again, we mentioned it. Their camp schedule. They won't get a day off until Sunday. So really, just kind of getting it amped up this week, and then probably be full go by next Monday.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about camp that we have to learn, Bock, is that you're going to run the same thing over and over most of the time. So you want to get used to it. You want to get your body used to it. You want to be a perfectionist as you go, because once you learn these defenses and offenses, Bock, only thing you have to do is go out there and execute on it, and I'm very kind of, when I say that, Bock, because when I was able to play the game of football, the more I knew about my position and the more I studied the plays, the game came much easier to me. So, just figuring out a way for these kids to catch up on this up speed, get the knowledge of how you want it done and how to execute it right. And then everything else is easy. That's the hard part, is just learning the thing. Once you keep repping and repping, Bock, football get easier and easier and easier and easier. And then when you get in the game, you won't have that problem to adjust to it, because you worked on it so much that it's already installed in your mind that what to do.
One final clip here as we get to the punting game. Of course, Brian Buscini moving along. Jack McAllister, very short career here at Nebraska. And then R2 Wilson, the rugby style punter, coming in. Let's hear the first impressions from Matt Rule on him.
Yeah, he didn't really punt today. I saw him a little bit in the summer. I think what he can do is fantastic. I mean, he can roll right, he can roll left, he can really run. He's fast, and he can throw. And what I'm saying, he can punt with both feet. Really fun guy. Really glad that he's here. But it's certainly not going to be a moving target, and I think the ability that he has to run the ball and throw the ball, I think we proved last year. I think we faked it a couple of times. We'd love to fake the ball. So if you know that you don't know the aiming point, and you know that there's always a chance that he could throw the ball or run with it, I think that is going to put defenses really at a disadvantage. And he can kick all the different kicks. He can kick the banana ball. He can kick, so when you talk about our win here at Memorial Stadium, the ability to spin the ball in different ways. And so, those guys that grew up playing, rugby and Australian rules football, like kind of basically play catch with their feet too, So, I mean, he's really special with the things he can do.
Real quick, there was a follow-up question there. What is a banana ball?
It's a ball that just spins this way. And so it just kind of boomerangs on you like a banana, like I said, bananas on you. And so it's just, we had Johnny Hecker at Carolina, was one of the great punters the last, 25 or 30 years. And he could kick balls that were almost impossible to catch with no wind. And so you start getting across the 50 and, you're kicking balls that guys are probably in a fair catch. There just adds another element of, a lot of teams, when they face a left-footed punter, they'll try to have a left-footed guy in that week. Like in the NFL, they'll bring a guy in for practice squad that week because the ball spins differently. Well, Archie's going to kick the ball right-footed. He's going to kick the ball left-footed. So as a returner, you have both spins, and then he can do banana balls. And so the ball's going to go this way. The ball's going to spin this way. So it's just an added element. When you think about the close games we've had, 1 or 2 turnovers changes everything. So.
Fascinating stuff. Sounds like a weapon back there as punter.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to punt the ball. I don't know about all the run left, run right, pass. We want to get them deep into the other team's territory so they can start off on the 1 or 2 yard line, hopefully get a sack or something. But, hey, it's all good, Bock. We'll have to figure it out on our own to see what they talking about, a banana kick.
Absolutely. So we'll continue covering the team. Obviously, they've got practice the next couple of days, and we'll hear from them once again after practice on Thursday. You mentioned earlier, it is now time for Austin to take over here and get you ready here on the block. So we'll take a quick break on the block, starting coming up next. Bock in the Blackshirt. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a new